In conclusion, I wish to reaffirm the Ministry of Road and Transport full commitment to the successful, sustainable, and timely implementation of the South Local Child Field Development Plan and the production sharing contracts. We will remain solution-oriented and proactive, working hand in hand with all the relevant government agencies and stakeholders to provide the necessary transport infrastructure and service on schedule. Through contained cross-government collaboration, diligent infrastructure execution, and faithful adherence to the principles of public participation and transparency, we are confident that Kenya will achieve first oil by close of this year, 2026, in a manner that is safe, efficient, and maximally beneficial to our people. The Ministry greatly appreciates the oversight and guidance of the National Assembly and the Senate on this matter. We assure you all our utmost cooperation as we move forward and stand ready to provide any additional information or clarification required by Parliament. I submit, Honorable Chairman. Thank you.
Thank you, Senator Waziri, for that presentation. Just before we proceed, I will allow the members who did not introduce themselves to proceed. You will start with Senator Waziri.
Thank you, Co-Chairs. Good morning, Waziri and team. My name is Khalwale, the Senator of Kakamega.
Good morning, my name is James Moses, MPRC.
Good morning, Co-Chairs and team. My name is Barongo Badia, the MP for Womachoke Barango from Kisa County, a member of the Energy Committee.
So, anybody else from the ministry? The MD members? Okay. Okay, so thank you, Waziri, for that elaborative presentation on the 9 thematic areas that we had requested you to pronounce yourself. I will now open the floor for members to be able to ventilate, and if there are any issues they want to raise. But just before we open now, Waziri, the issue of the airport, the airstrip. I know it was not part, I think the Secretary forgot him to be able to that. Maybe your colleagues could be looking into what is it that we have. There will be a lot of activities at the airstrip, and with a number of foreigners coming in. I don't know how prepared the ministry is on matters to do with the air services. So that is one of the issues. Maybe you could be asking your. Yes, Mike, I can see you. Come, please introduce yourself.
Mike, introduce yourself.
Thank you, Chair and honorable members. My name is Abdul Maina, Managing Director, Kenya Railways Corporation.
Okay, I open the floor. I start with Honorable Senator Mgatana. We go to Setsley. We will back to Kana, and then we have our dear sister Maina. So we do that, and then we get responses, and then we go.
Thank you, Chair. Chair, the senators who are sitting here, basically, one of our interests is to see how counties are protected and how counties are treated, especially in big projects such as this one. Waziri, part of our team, included myself, we visited Nairobi, we visited Mombasa County, and we held a meeting with the governor of Mombasa. And later on, we visited the facilities where the oil will come at the refinery, and then later on to be evacuated for sale through the port. Now, there's going to be 600 trucks that are going to be coming all the way from Turkana all the way to Mombasa. One of the things that you did not mention is whether you have engaged the local county governments in terms of preparation. Where is the parking going to be? How are you going to deal with the local infrastructure of those areas? Obviously, when these trucks come, there will be an immediate effect on the road network. Already, the road network in Mombasa is heavily laden. Now, there's going to be introduced a lot more traffic. What I want to hear from you is how prepared are you? And this extends to other senators as well who are concerned about the travel arrangements. These trucks will be on the road from several counties, and where they will sleep, they need to be arrangement for parking. Has your ministry, Waziri, tried to engage the county officials, or are you just planning from Nairobi and ignoring as if there are no other county governments around? This is an issue of concern. And I'm speaking especially for Mombasa, when the SGR was being extended, the current extension. The governor kept on raising issues about planning, and it was ignored until when it came to crunch. That's when your teams from the national came now to join together to deliver on the plan. So I'm requesting the question is whether you are actually coordinating with Mombasa County or Uasin County or all these other counties that are within the corridor of transportation from the time they evacuate the oil in Turkana all the way down. I think an accompanying question there would be if the trucks are going to be overloading the existing infrastructure, are there arrangements for maybe compensation or something worked around helping counties to cope with the new investments? Thank you, Chair.
Assessment.
Okay, thank you, Chair. First of all, I would like to thank the CS for the good presentation. But from his presentation, page 3, there is this question 1 where we are saying we are not starting from zero. And then in the second paragraph, the CS was saying within Turkana and the broader northwestern corridor, the government has already delivered critical road links and key bridge structures that enable safe all-weather movement. Now, I would be glad if the CS will go ahead and name for us some of these roads and bridges, especially within Turkana County. Because as far as I'm concerned, Honorable Chair, in Turkana there are constituencies that have zero tarmac. The entire constituency has zero tarmac. And more of the concern is one of the constituencies that is producing oil, that is Turkana East. Turkana East has zero tarmac. So I don't know the roads and the bridges the CS is talking about. Maybe you will name some of them for us. Then secondly, on the roads scenarios of the transport corridor. Honorable CS, yesterday at 1, we had Kenyans of goodwill from different walks of life here presenting their suggestions and a lot of knowledge that they know about the oil. One of them had a presentation of the scenarios of transport corridor. There was a scenario that was moving from Lokichar, Kapedo, Marigat, Baringo, then to Nakuru. I think he was presenting 3 scenarios. Out of the 3 scenarios, that scenario was the most shorter. It was around 911 kilometers to Mombasa. And then all the rest were more than 1,000 kilometers. So, but according to your scenarios here, all of them are the long routes. And maybe I know you would prefer further because of the already existing infrastructure. But the locals, even from the public participation, were proposing the route that goes via Baringo through Kapedo to Nakuru. Thank you. And I wanted to know from the CS if, as a ministry, you have such a road in your mind. Thank you.
Thank you, Honorable Chair. And thank you, CS, for the presentation, and very detailed, and with the cost analysis of the road infrastructure or the multimodal corridor infrastructure that you have presented here. I have two concerns, and the first concern is very much aligned to what Honorable Cecilia has asked about the cost of the scenarios that you have mapped. If you use a very expensive or long stretch of road infrastructure, what is the impact of that on the cost of haulage of that crude oil, and how does that play out in terms of making it profitable or making it viable? Because already the quantities we have may not be too big. The quantities of oil that have been discovered may not be too high, so that you need to work out the cost of haulage of that crude oil, because